Hello, God's most beloveds. Welcome to part 6. So, before I start, today I'm going to basically be talking about depression, how low self esteem led me to depression. So, hang in there so that you can hear my story about it. Before I go there, I want to talk about something I introduced in my previous video, and that was how the standards you set, this journey has nothing to do with your physical outlook. So you may be that kind of person who doesn't draw people to you because of your physical appearance, but if you take time, take on this journey, rediscover yourself, build yourself from within, you're going to find that you're going to grow the talents, the gifts that have already been there, and you're going to be confident enough to actually come out, show the world your gifts, your talents, and let these gifts now introduce you, because there's a reason why God gave you those gifts. There's a reason why you carry that on the inside. So instead of having self-pity, picking on yourself, get up, grow yourself from within, work on your inner demons, and come out here and bring yourself out here. Let people see your gift, let people see your talent. This is God's gift to you. It's what is going to introduce you to the world out here, and it's going to help you attract the right people in your life, people who are going to see your value, people who are going to appreciate you for who you are, and in the long run you're going to realize that it had totally nothing to do with your physical outlook. So that's what I would say about that. So today I'm going to talk about depression. Now, when you have low self-esteem, you probably don't know it, but eventually it's going to lead you to depression. Why? You see, the thing about low self-esteem, it works hand in hand with depression. Because, think about it. You're always beating yourself up. If you're like me, I was always picking on myself. I never felt I was enough. I felt I had no value as a person. I felt I wasn't worthy of love. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I was never good enough. I was never good at anything. I was never good enough. In fact, I felt I had no skill, no talent. I felt there was nothing about me that would make people really want to be around me. Now, because of these thoughts, you're going to find yourself, you're always in positions where you're hopeless, you're sad, you're frustrated, because everything, like something small, will put you in that place where you're sad. And then now, fast forward, personally, when I now moved, now I've grown, you've started now trying relationships. You people, if you have low self-esteem, I suggest first work on yourself, first work on your inner self, first build yourself before you enter in a relationship. Take it from me, from experience, from the things that I've been through. No, don't enter relationships if you haven't worked on your inner self. Because, let me give you this example. Earlier in life, I had a boyfriend. So this boyfriend of mine, you still have those standards where you're telling yourself, no, I'm not going to, be intimate with any man because I want to keep myself for my husband. And if you're like me, at school we signed pledge cards. We pledged to keep our purity until, holy matrimony. So these things. So now you're dating. This is the first person in your life. They want to be intimate with you, but for you, you have, your standards. You have something that you want. And you also know that if you're Christian like me and you've been hearing it a lot, it's not good to sleep with men before marriage. Yes, they were the posts were always in school. You could become pregnant, what. So you're really scared of it. So fast forward, I get this boyfriend, and he was an amazing person. But then he wanted to be intimate, and I didn't want. So I kept telling him, you know what, let's hold on till we get married, what. Until, life threw us in different directions. I went somewhere else, he went somewhere else, so we couldn't see each other. But then I had this other friend of mine. she was actually someone new in my life. So she was like, where she came from was where this guy came from. So I would write these letters, she would come to school, and then I would tell her, send this, you give this guy this letter, what, that love of letters. So, yeah, so I keep giving her these letters to give him. I'm thinking, man, being romantic, what? Because that's how romance was in our high school times. So eventually, in the long run, another friend of, like, a friend to the guy comes to me and tells me, I see, did you know that your friend had slept with your boyfriend? And this was this guy's best friend. And guys they talk about these things. So it's like, are you sure? Did they really? So he's like, yeah, they did. I comforted her, and she was like, yeah, it was a mistake, what. And then I comforted the guy, and he told me, yeah, it was a mistake, you see, you refused to do these things, and stuff happens, I was tempted, so I ended up in that way. Ay, God, you should have seen me. I kept telling myself it's all my fault. I took the blame as like, it's all my fault. This guy slept with my friend because it's my fault, because I refused to be intimate with him. I was so sad, I beat up myself too much. I was like, now you see what you've done to yourself. Really, I wish I'd known better. I wish I knew what I knew now. Because I wish I knew then what I know now. That's what I want to say. So, how now a person's character and their life choices becomes a reason for me to beat myself up and to hate myself and to feel so bad about myself. It really took me to a dark place, because I now felt like I'm not even worthy of love. Like, this guy couldn't even wait for me. Oh, if I had done this, would I have kept him? And I know so many girls find themselves out there. You find yourself giving into someone's intimate desires and wants, not because you really want it, but because your low self-esteem tells you that it's the only way to keep this person. And I, for one, don't believe in it. I believe the right person will wait for the right time. Don't let anybody tell you. I believe there are people out here who value themselves so much that they are willing to meet you at that standard that you've set for yourself. And that depressed me so much, and it also carried on in my other relationships, because every time a man would do something, I would always know, I'm naturally a curved girl, so every time a guy would cheat on me, I would look at this girl and I'd be like, well, maybe he's cheating on me because I'm so curvy and she's slim. Like, every decision any partner would do, I would put it now on myself. But I want to tell you today, what other people choose to do is not your fault. It's not your fault at all. It's their choice. It's their life choice. So if your partner is out here and they choose infidelity and they choose not to be true, it has nothing to do with you. It's them. It's their values. That's how they carry themselves. Because I, for one, believe that a person who, doesn't have self-control is a person of low value to me. Like, you really have no value for yourself. So that's what I'll share for today. I don't want to say much. We shall be continuing in part 7. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel at SCN, and share this video with your loved ones. Enjoy the week. Bye bye. God bless you.